couple more minutes. We got 5 viewers. I'll give it till like 2 after, and then we'll go ahead and get started. But go ahead and say hi in the chat so I know who's here. Hey guys! As soon as this song is over, I'll go ahead and get started. Because it's one of my favorites. No joke? Nuh-uh. You lie.
I'm trying to get your point.
You're fired.
I'm trying to get
Guys,
your point.
my husband's being a butt. Sale. Yes, he knows what song it is. I listen to it all the time. Just ignore him. Well, if your volume was turned up, you'd be good to go.
Well, no, because you'd be the echo.
Christopher.
I'm trying to help you.
Okay. Everybody got everything they need all ready to go? Make sure this is all switched over like it's supposed to be. Maybe, possibly. Why is this not switching? Oh, it's switched on your screen. Okay, good. It's not on mine. Alright, what hook sizes does everybody have so I can see what is the most common hook size going on in here? I've got my J hook. There we go. H hook. Alright, what do you got, Zazzers? G hook. Okay, because you were using the H hook, huh? Okay, so go ahead and do your slip knot. Or I'm sorry. Yeah, your slip knot. So you're going to go around your finger 2 times. Looks like we're getting a little fuzzy here. There we go. Over the front and over the tip of your finger and pull tight. If you guys are going to turn this into a project, because I am going to make this wide enough to use as a dishcloth or a washcloth, if you're going to make it into a project and not just for practice, remember to leave a sizable tail to sew in at the end. So again, around your finger twice, to the front, and around the tip of your finger. Go ahead and insert your hook. And in case we have anybody new, I'm going to go over chaining one more time. In case anybody needs us to review that for them. So to chain, you're going to go around the back to the front. Catch it with your hook and pull through. That will be your first chain. We're going to do 27 chains because our work is going to be 25 stitches wide. So make sure you count to 27. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. Let me know when you have your chain of 27. So if you guys have your measuring tape, I want you to do me a favor, and I want you to measure it and then post in the chat what your width is, because we have several different hook sizes today. We have an H hook, a G hook, and a J hook. So it'll help people see how their width changes. Mine is about 7.5 inches wide with a J hook. Let's see if I can get a little closer so you can see. So end to end from my slip knot, little more than, yeah, it's about 7.5 inches. With an H hook, you're at about 7 inches. Okay. And Zazer's is using a G hook, so hers, depending on how tight or how loose she crochets, should be a little bit shorter. Let me know when you're good. So while we're waiting, 27. Whoop! Good job! Okay. I'll show you that in a minute. We'll go ahead and move on to a half double crochet today. So a half double crochet is the stitch before a double crochet. So you're going to go around your hook one time. You're going to find the second bar from your hook. Make sure this is nice and focused so you can see. You're going to find the second bar from your hook. So here's 1. This would be 2. So with the 2 loops on your hook, you're going to insert your hook into that second bar. That will put 3 loops on your hook. You're going to wrap around to the front, grabbing your yarn and pulling through all 3 loops on your hook. That is a half double crochet. So you can see here when you're looking at it, you have 1 loop, 2, 3. Come a little bit closer for you. 1 loop, oh, maybe. We want it to focus there on my hand and it doesn't want to. There we go. Okay. So you have 1 loop, 2 loops, 3 loops. That's a half double crochet. Well, that was a mess. Well, that's why you're learning. So I'll show you again. You have one loop. Wrapping around your hook gives you 2. Going into the next bar, which is right here by my thumb, that gives you 3. Wrapping around. And what I like to do is I like to pinch. So I have my pointer finger here and my thumb here at the base of the previous stitch. I push up a little bit with my hook and pull through. Doing that again. Wrapping around your hook for 2 loops into this bar by my thumb. That gives you 3. Wrap around your hook, pinching here on your work. Push up just a little bit with your hook and pull through. So at this point you should have 3 half double crochet. I'm gonna wait there until everybody lets me know how they're doing. That was smooth. Was that better for you? What did you have to do to make it work for you a little better? Let's see, this isn't working. Might have just done one. Yep, there we go. Just seeing it again? Okay, good. I did also, because I'm not at 50 followers yet, which is not allowing anybody to subscribe, I did create a link where you can click on that and it will allow you to send me a tip. No obligation, but if you'd like to show a little bit of support, I will greatly appreciate it. So again, we're going to wrap around our hook, 1, 2, into this bar. Wrap around your hook, grabbing the yarn and pulling through all 3 loops. Yep, see? Even mine gives me difficulty when I'm trying to watch through the phone. There we go. That will be 4. A little bit closer here. There we go. So wrap around into the bar. Get right into the bar. There we go. It's hot today. My hands are sweaty. Push up and pull through. This is what happens when your yarn splits, if you can see that. This is the bad part about working with cheap yarn. So go ahead and do your half double crochet all the way across, and then when you get done, count and be sure that you have 25 half double crochet stitches. And remember, when you're counting, to count from the top. Count your V stitches here instead of trying to count from the front, although the half double crochet is a little bit easier to count. And then let me know in chat when you've got your 25 half double crochet. Sauzers, are you using your cotton to make a dishcloth so how we can wash the dishes? Kind of hard for people to chat when they gotta set their hook down too, I'm sure. is. Cotton, okay. Cheryl, are you whipping through it? No? Do you need me to go back? Double crochet, yeah. Well, I wanted to show you guys each level of stitch, so the single crochet, the half double crochet, and then the double crochet, just because depending on what you make. With me, with baby blankets, I like to use a tighter stitch so their little fingers don't have holes to work through. Okay, so I'm going to slow down. I'm going to show you this stitch again. Okay. So the bar, which we worked on Sunday, you're going to wrap your yarn around your hook so you have 2 loops. 1, 2. Insert your hook into the bar. That puts 3 loops on your hook. Grab your yarn and pull through all 3 loops. Make sure you're catching all 3. Get a little bit closer for you. No hurry. Wrap your yarn around the hook so you have 2 loops into the bar, giving you 3 loops on your hook. 1, 2, 3. Wrap your yarn around your hook again, that gives you 4, and pull this one right here, the front loop, closest to your hook, through all 3 loops. And remember, it helps to turn your hook so the hook part right here is pointing down towards your work. It snags on your other stitches a lot less. Zazzers, how you doing? Is it working okay for you? You're crying? Why are you crying? You better be kidding. There's no crying in crochet. If you spell it wrong, there is Chris. Goodness. Honest to goodness. While you guys are working on getting your 25, and let me know in chat when you have 25 half double crochet, and remember to count from the top. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Oh, I have 26. I kind of want to see it. You should probably take a picture and post it in the Discord because I kind of want to see now. There goes my dog.
Say upset.
My dog thinks he's much more scary than what he actually is, and he'll bounce from window to window, barking at people as they walk by. Posted in Discord. Alright, I gotta go check this out. Give it a minute here to catch up. Oh, it's not bad. I thought it would be much worse. That is not that bad. You just gotta work on your tension. You maybe might have skipped a stitch or two, but that's okay. You're at the end, you're gonna say you have 25. Okay. It's gonna be the most unique dishcloth ever. My hands are so sweaty, I cannot... The weather doesn't know what it wants to do, so it's either hot or it's cold. Howie, you're still at 2? What can I do to help you get on to the next one? Where do you feel like you're struggling? Chris is at 0 if that makes you guys feel any better. You're in the negative? He says he's in the negative. Pulling through the 3. When you're pulling through the 3, make sure you have good tension on your working yarn. Catching it with your hook, and try turning your hook down and pushing up a little bit to help stretch your stitches a little bit. By doing that, it should help keep your stitches tight and keep your hook from catching anything. Because if you pull it this way, you have a chance of catching those loops. But if you turn it, once you have your yarn hooked, if you turn it down, even if you do one at a time and pull it through. You're so full of baloney.
That wasn't from my head when you first started teaching me. No, that was dead serious.
By the way, Ipschwitz in the chat is my husband, Chris. I'm allowing him to be in the room with me while I stream, which I don't like to do. But I'm trying to be a big girl. Did you get it? Is that okay because you got it? Or because you figured out that was my husband? I asked too many questions at one time, I think. My husband. Yeah. It's no longer an all-girls thing. I did try to teach him too, but he's just not teachable. Although, Zazers teaches kids, so maybe, she might be able to tell me how to get him to learn a little better. I thought it was cute that he tried to learn for me, though, so he could do it with me. But y'all, his project? Nope. Zazers, it would make yours look like the Mona Lisa. Perfection. I hear him typing away over there. You're such a jerk. Okay, now do I have 25? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Beautiful. You're okay. What hook are you using? Are you using a tapered or an inline? Let me grab mine here. Because that might be part of where you're running into trouble. I'll go ahead and show you again the baits. Okay. Did you get the ones like what I use? Or did you get... Okay. Yeah, because that's the nice thing about these is the yarn will wedge up in here. Are you holding your yarn snug when you have it around your hook? Are you holding it nice and tight up at the top so that it stays up here in the top of the hook? You're trying. It's hard. And I'm struggling today just because my hands are getting sweaty because it's so hot. And if I turn my little air conditioner on, it gets really loud in here. So what I was going to show you guys like 3 times and then I got sidetracked was my dishcloths that I make. This is Red Heart Scrubby yarn. Walmart sells it. So it has the... See if I can get nice and close. it has these fibers right here, and it's kind of scratchy. And this is done all in single crochet, and I can get about 2 of these from 1 ball of yarn. You have the scrubby yarn. Do you like working with it? Because a lot of people hate working with it. I make these with an H hook, and it measures almost 7 inches. Bless you. Never tried. My grandmother loves these scrubby dishcloths. We use them here too to do our dishes, and I have one in the shower. So she bought a ball of scrubby yarn and was going to make herself some dishcloths and decided that she absolutely hated working with it. So she gave me the yarn and asked me to make her dishcloths. My mom just comes over and grabs a stack and goes home. So I keep ready-made ones here in the house. So this is done all strictly in single crochet. And it's bigger. It's about the size of my hand. So it works really good. And I use Dawn Pump dish soap. I do 1 pump on the dishcloth and I get almost a rack of dishes done. I could probably do a full rack if people rinse their dishes off, but they don't. So that's something that you guys could make. Also, I do believe there should be a poll running right now on the stream, a little purple box. If you click on the purple box, it should pop up a question asking you what you would like to make for your first project. And then you just click which one you would like to make. It's not a guarantee, just what you would like to make. And after we get the half double and the double crochet down, we're going to go ahead and move on to an actual project to work on together. How are you guys doing? Look at how wonky mine looks. It goes up and down, like right here. Up, down, up. You got 1. Oh. Well, we're gonna wait. I'm gonna wait on you. Take your time. I want to make sure that you get it before we move on.
Else, simply because yours is rendering and then still streaming and everything.
Okay. I'm gonna go back. Are you able to possibly go up a hook size just till you get the hang of the stitch and then go back down a hook size? I'm gonna move up with you. You said you were using an H hook. I suggest if you have one to go up to a J hook, which is what I'm using. Just because it'll give you a bigger stitch and maybe allow you to work it'll allow you to work with the yarn a little bit better. So the gold is a J hook. The H hook is kind of small and doesn't give you a lot of wiggle room for your yarn. Grab my H hook. Assuming I have one in here. There's a G hook. We'll get that out because that's what Zazers is working with. I'm betting any money my H hook is probably in my bag. Nope, here it is. This shows you how much I use them. There's like a clear coating on them, and I use them so much it's flaking off. Yuck. But if you look at the difference between the hook for the H hook and the J hook, they're quite a bit different in size. So at the head of the hook, you don't have as much room for your yarn to settle into. What's epic? Fill me in. And the G hook, well, that's an I hook, that's not even a G hook. I'm lying. Oh, I use these guys. These are the only hooks I'll use. I have my bag. Like this is my bag of usable hooks that I use most frequently. And then this is my bag of spare hooks. Like I can't even get it all on the camera because there's so many. Like I have hooks. There's no lack of hooks in my house. Is this a G hook? There we go. That's a G hook. Okay. So here's the difference. This is a J, this is an H, and this is a G. So if you can see the difference in the heads, there's a pretty significant difference. So the yarn wouldn't grip quite as well in the G hook as it does in the J hook. I even tried this hook, which it's still the inline hook. It's not tapered, it's an inline, and it has a nice grip on it. But I notice that my yarn tends to snag on it from time to time, whereas the metal, they don't. Like, because the plastic hooks have the seam right here from the mold. Let's see if you can see. These are things I look at when I buy my hooks. Possibly. There we go. It has the seam right here. And that tends to catch on my yarn. Whereas the metal hooks don't have that. So they don't catch on the yarn. They're still a good hook. They just need to get rid of that. How you doing, Cheryl? Thank you for the follow. Hi, Tati. Get in here. That puts me, it's better with the J. Good. That's what I thought. Maybe moving up a hook size will help. Once you get the hang of it, you'll be able to go down a hook size no problem. But while you're figuring it out, it just gives you a bigger hole to work with, bigger loops, to kind of get the feel of the motion of the hook. I'm waiting for a giggle from my husband behind me. Huh? Not allowed? I said no snarky comments. I still expected a giggle. Guys, I painted my nails for you. Let me know when you get to the end, Cheryl, and we'll go ahead and turn our work and work on row 2. And if you need me to go back and show you the stitch again, I will gladly do that. Thank you. I like the matte finish on them. They're not shiny. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna rip a couple stitches out and just do them again in case you need them, Cheryl, or anybody else that might be watching if you need a refresher. So remember, you're going around your hook before you insert. Wrap it around again, grabbing your yarn and pulling through all 3 loops. Must have chained really tight. There we go. Also, make sure that your tension is a comfortable tension throughout the work so that your loops aren't getting tight that you're trying to go into. Gonna show you guys. I don't know if I showed you in the beginning or not, but check that out. Isn't that pretty? It's the same yarn that I used on Sunday, but I wound it on my yarn winder into a cake. And now you can see all the pretty colors. You can get a yarn winder at Michael's and Joann's, or online on Amazon. This one was $70. It's a bigger yarn winder and allows you to do a full skein of yarn, whereas the ones at Michael's say cake, not that kind of cake, Tati. The yarn winders at Michael's and Joann's only will wind a partial skein. It's good for the small balls of scrubby yarn and cotton yarn, but the full skeins of acrylic, the standard sizes, you can't. Now you want cake. I want cake too. I want brownies. So I just wanted to show you guys how that comes out on the yarn winder. Highly recommend it, and I will say I do not recommend the electric yarn winders. I went through 2 of them. It blew the motor both times. So if you're looking to purchase a yarn winder, get the ones that are hand cranked, not the electric ones. Are you doing better, Cheryl? Oh, that's right. You were at Hobby Lobby. I have to drive over an hour away to go to Hobby Lobby, so I don't get there that often. And it's probably better that I don't, because I spend a lot of money in that store. These are from Hobby Lobby, my nifty little stitch markers that I got. This one, if I can get up to the camera, possibly, says made with love. Aww. I don't leave it on my project, but it's still cute. And then my sheep. You sure? I don't mind waiting. Zazers, are you ready to go on to row 2? And anybody else who might be working along with us? Okay. So to move on to row 2, when you're doing a half double crochet, 5 minutes away from Hobby Lobby is dangerous. I agree. Okay, so you're gonna chain 1. Some patterns will call for you to chain 2. It's either a matter of preference or if you're following the pattern exactly. I like to chain 1 to keep my edges nice and straight so I don't have a lot of excess on the edges. So I'm going for today we're going to chain 1 just like we did with the single crochet and then rotate. And again, you're going to wrap your yarn around your hook 1 time, giving you 2 loops. And you're going to go in to the first V-stitch, which is right here, this hole right here. From the top, this hole. You're going to go into that hole, grab your yarn, pull through. So you have 3 loops on your hook. Wrap your yarn around again, turning your hook down, and pull through. And that is your first half double crochet of row 2. So for the second one, you're going to go right next to it in this hole right here. This is where using a bigger hook comes in handy. Inserting your hook, grabbing your yarn, pulling through, leaving 3 loops on your hook, wrapping your yarn around, and pull through all 3. You now have 2 half double crochets in row 2. Tati, you should be crocheting with us. Then you'd have something else to buy at Hobby Lobby. Everybody, ooh, we have 9 viewers. Don't forget to say hi and give me a follow. Welcome, welcome. Oh, you have so much trouble with your internet. Tell them to get their butts in gear. We got some Overcooked to play tomorrow. Your internet needs to be working. So Zazers can scream at us. Oh, good. I'm glad it's going better for you. Cheryl, how are you faring with your row? It. Uh-oh. It's coming. Oh, good. It's like it. Is that supposed to be half of another word of how you're feeling? I'm trying to go nice and slow, so if there's anybody new... Oh, we're at 10. Yay! Welcome, welcome. Thanks for joining us. Be sure to say hi in the chat. We're working on a half double crochet. We're on row 2, not round, row. Rounds are when you're working on a hat. Socks. Can you guys hear my bird saying cracker? Oh. My tail keeps getting in the way. Oh yes, please do. I want to see how it's coming. For anybody who is new or has not yet done so, here's the link to my Discord. There is a channel that you can post your progress pics, which is what Zaz is doing. Oh, see, you're doing great. One, two. Looks like you're doing... Looks like you might be doing a single crochet.